feel like that in some ways was kind of my big achievement because I was doing it under, difficult circumstances. And that has helped me along the way with sort of other challenges in life. So that's kind of what I think is my biggest accomplishment. Hi, I am Mimi Ezray, and I have been a FitTRAC member for, I think, 3 years. I can't 100% remember because my husband, Nat Ezray, joined before me. He found FitTRAC through one of those Groupons, and he decided he was going to join. The Redwood City office is literally around the corner from us, so there was no excuse not to. At the time, I was working out with the trainer, and she, about a year into that, moved to Austin, Texas, which was really sad for me. But I decided that I would give FitTRAC a try, and I was very intimidated. I was not in great shape, and I didn't think I could do it. And I have come to find out that I can, and even if I need to do modifications. And so right now I work out privately with Sarah, and it's been really wonderful for me, and actually has led to over a number of years, has led to a 50-pound weight loss and counting. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. Up until December, I was running the children's clinical program at Jewish Family and Children's Services, and also supervising MSW students and for their internships, and ASW students for their hours. And then I left in January. I'd been there 11 years, and I'm starting my own little private practice, and then planning to go to life coach school in April, because I'm thinking of maybe starting to do some health and wellness coaching for women over 40 once I get my certification. I would say FitTRAC has motivated me to really want to kind of pivot in that direction. I've been working with children and families, and that's great, but I'm also like, what about for women that are more like where I am and have been, and what can I do in that arena? And so that's kind of what has really motivated me. And being a part of this community and family is, really a big part of that. When my daughter was 13 months old, her dad and I split up, and I was, basically a full-time single parent. I had 80% custody, around 80%, and was still working full-time. And so that was a really challenging time for me. She was little, I was working full-time. First time in my life, I was living alone. And during that time also, I studied for my licensing exam, and it took me 3 tries, but after my 3rd try, I passed my licensing exam. So I feel like that in some ways was kind of my big achievement, because I was doing it under, difficult circumstances, and then really proving to myself that I could do it. And I could move forward. And so I was able to sort of personally move forward and professionally move forward. And that has helped me along the way with sort of other challenges in life. So that's kind of what I think is my biggest accomplishment. Well, not to be corny or cliche, but my husband is definitely my number one supporter. And seeing him being able to he's very consistent and very determined. And, I used to always look at him and say, well, you're really athletic, and I can't do what you're doing at FitTRAC. And he'd say, that's ridiculous. And, so I think he definitely is a big supporter and someone I look up to. I have to say my kids, both of whom have gone through their own struggles, and have both been very resilient through them, also kind of, I admire them, and I see the importance of resilience and tenaciousness and really pushing for what you want. I think that it's made me realize I have that ability. I don't think I ever thought of myself as being super gritty or super, I thought of myself as motivated, but I never thought of myself as what you needed to be in order, like, to be a musician or an athlete, or, you know. And then I realized that I probably had more of that than I actually had ever given myself credit for. And I think also with what I've been doing with fitness now, you know, I'm very consistent 3 times a week, you know, with Sarah, and then trying to add in other things. And you know, there is that part you said about women sort of, you know, expecting themselves to just be doing this. And I'm like, well, you know, what's so great about it? And then I realized, well, it actually is pretty cool that I'm making that commitment, and I'm making that commitment to what I'm eating, and I'm making that, you know, so I'm taking it less for granted and realizing that there is something in me that pushes me in that direction.